A judge has ruled that just because you post Joker memes online, that doesn't mean people can take your guns. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on reclaimthenet.org. So, judge rules. Posting Joker memes and satirical jokes are not enough to invoke red flag laws and confiscate guns. The incidences of gun confiscation following the posting of memes are increasing. So, lately, we've seen a lot of people lose their gun rights. A lot of people are losing their rights and having their guns taken because they post memes online, because they vent their frustrations about living in a society online. Imagine going to jail, having your weapons taken, all because you vented or posted online. It is absolutely unconstitutional, dystopian, and tyrannical. Imagine you post a Joker meme one day and the next day the police are at your doorstep, ready to check your thinking and police your thoughts. Oh, what a world. If only some visionary would warn us of such a dystopian future. And yet here we are. 23-year-old Charles Donnelly from Washington fell prey to the controversial red flag laws pertaining to firearms after he posted satirical jokes online. However, his gun rights were restored after his order to the state to return his firearms was ruled in his favor by the King County Judge Averill Rothrock. First of all, his gun should have never been taken in the first place. I mean, it's that simple. It's a constitutional right. It's right there in the Constitution. It says, shall not be infringed. It's a very, 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 very important rule. It's extremely important. It's in there for a reason. And these red flag laws are unconstitutional and should be abolished all over the United States. What is a red flag law anyway? Well, it's really simple. A red flag law is called pre-crime. Where have I heard that before? It goes something like this. If you see someone with weapons that you believe may be a danger, you can phone in the police and they'll come and take the guns from them before any due process, before an investigation, and without evidence. So, let's say you have a neighbor that has guns and you hate that neighbor. You don't like that neighbor. Their hedges are too high. Their grass is too long. So you want to ruin their day. So you call the police and say, this person's a danger. I'm afraid for my life. He may do something terrible. And the police will come and take your weapons. And if you resist and say, no, these are my weapons, I've done nothing wrong, the police will shoot you. It's dystopian. It's a police state. And any officer who enforces these laws is a piece of garbage, who's betraying the Constitution, who's betraying their country, and who's betraying their true purpose, to protect U.S. citizens. But luckily this man had a miracle. He got a judge that actually had a brain. A judge with a brain, you say? What is this, crazy land? The court stated that posting a few jokes were not enough to have a 23-year-old disarmed, and thank God for that. People should be able to shitpost online. This is an art form, people. Oh, people are always talking about, like ER on YouTube, and he's such a glorious shit poster, and everybody loves him. And I'm just here, a retired veteran shit poster, who was king, who used to be a king of shit posting, not on YouTube, but other places. And now, what am I now? Just a washed up hack. I want to shit post too. But if you shit post, they're gonna take your channel down, Mr. Obvious. But what about glory? What about art? I don't know, man. What a world, my friends. What a world. Sometimes I look into the mirror and I stare into the void and I think to myself, I'm gonna shitpost again. And I'll show these fuckers how it's done. Back in October, when the Joker movie was all set to release, police officers across all major U.S. cities were on high alert as they were under the opinion that the portrayal of a bullied, lonely man might incite violence. Oh yeah, they said that the Joker movie would cause violence, and then what happened? Whoa! No violence, and it made $1 billion, so that goes to show what the critics know. Morons. Subsequently, when Donnelly posted a picture of himself holding 2 weapons with a caption that read, "One ticket for Joker, please," a petition for an extreme protection order was filed against him and consequently led to the confiscation of his firearms. Now, I will be the first to say that I think his joke was a little bit stupid, a little little bit short-sighted. You know, in this day and age where everyone's afraid, everyone's basically crying in their boots, shaking, like little cowards and babies and 3-year-olds. Afraid of every little thing. Oh no, something might happen. Oh, it could be me. I'm so important, the world revolves around me, I'll surely be a victim. I will agree it's in bad taste. Okay. But it's just a joke. It's a shitpost. I used to shitpost more than this back in my day. You see on Twitter? You see that kind of shitposting I do? That's just 10% of my power level, baby. Oh my god. Look at this caption. The meme that got Donnelly investigated. So you're going to prison, having your weapons taken for memes, and a meme's an idea? So you're going to jail for ideas? Yeah, that doesn't sound like thought policing at all. I mean, we're reaching a very dangerous point in our society. Things have gone crazy. And the really sad part is, nobody actually knows why it's all happening. And I made a video about this. Normies don't know that we live in a society. And it explains. The real reason you have mad men is because the world has gone insane. Look around you. When was the last time that the world looked sane to you? Look at the progressive ideology. Look at the cultural Marxism. Look at the oppression that's around everywhere. In a crazy world, expect some mad men. Now, the ticket for the Joker meme was popular during the week of the movie's release. Here's another example. 1 ticket for the Joker, please. Looking very euphoric with a nice giant... That's not a katana. There's another name for it. I forget, but it's like a longer version. Halo Combat Evolved says, 8 tickets for the Joker, please. There you go. So moreover, while filming for the aforementioned Extreme Protection petition, the previous satirical social media posts made by Donnelly were also taken into consideration. Based on these posts, Watt argued that Donnelly's posts implied a threat of a shooting, and that the court must balance the community's safety needs versus the temporary deprivation of Mr. Donnelly's rights to possess firearms. That's, first of all, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. It doesn't matter what he wrote. Okay, and this was satire of posts that were bashing men. Okay, here's an example. You can see this person saying terrible things, and this person is serious. This is not satire. His posts were satire. This post is not. So this is truly clown world now. Twitter soon cracked down on the use of the meme. Nonetheless, there haven't yet been any instances of people having their rights revoked for tweeting the hashtag. So, Twitter lets women do hashtag, end all men. That's a nice way of saying it. But if a man does it to a woman, oh no, we gotta take down his account. Yeah, another reason we're living in a society. And people wonder why people go crazy. Oh, how could you possibly go crazy when the world is so Hippocratic, so full of hypocrisy? Donnelly's attorney Derek Smith said that the state was looking over his client's shoulder and watching everything he posts. If they don't follow the joke, then they're going to come after him for a violation of his rights, added Smith. So Judge Rothrock, a based boomer, considered the humor aspect and restored Donnelly's gun ownership rights. A victory, my friends. An absolute victory for memers and shitposters and Americans everywhere. God bless America. The statute is not written such that the court can give the benefit of the doubt to law enforcement at the expense of Mr. Donnelly, said the judge. Incidents such as these are the result of red flag laws which allow law enforcement officials or family members to file a petition for the removal of firearms if they anticipate any violence towards themselves or others. And these days, it's increasingly often over memes. So it's a crazy world, my friends. They can take your weapons away. Just for jokes, just for memes, it's ridiculous. I don't support that. So this is a good article. They actually give context for everything. Reclaim the Net seems to be a good website. I think I may use them as a source. But there you have it, folks. That's the story. I think it goes without saying that these red flag laws have gone too far. But we've had a small victory today. A victory for us memers. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? What do you think about the Joker? And what do you think about posting edgy memes online? Do you think your rights should be taken away? Be sure to let me know. Now, if you want to support the content that I produce, you can do so by joining me on Patreon, by joining me on Subscribestar, or by sharing the video. There's also PayPal and Bitcoin options if you feel like donating. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.